So yeah, these are my top 10 hoop shoes for 2025 and then early 2026. Make sure you stay tuned to see what number 1 is. You might be surprised, but then again, you might not. I do have an honorable mention, which is the Kobe 11 Protro Fade to Black. So I have this one not in the top 10, but as an honorable mention because it was obviously Kobe's shoe that he wore in his final game of his career. So this one, you know, I do like this shoe. There's a lot of good things to say about it, but I do have this just as an honorable mention, just due to the fact that the grip just is not very great on it. So for me personally, I don't like hooping in this shoe that much, just because you know, it does have a compromise, you know, on the grip. So besides that, everything's great about the shoe. You know, I love the way it looks. It's got plenty of room in the toe box, which is kind of rare for Nike these days. I do love that about it. You know, it's a great looking shoe and all that great stuff, but long story short, this is an honorable mention. So this is not in my top 10, but I was able to get my hands on these. I'm very happy to have them. So at number 10, I have got the Dylan Harper Unseen Hours. You know, I love the GT Cut 1, so that is a big reason it is on this top 10. It is probably my second favorite hoop shoe of all time, personally. This colorway, I do like it, but you know, in my personal opinion, not the best GT Cut 1 colorway. I do like it a lot. It's unique, it's cool. You know, I like all the colors. You can put some cool fits with it on the court. But yeah, this is at number 10. So coming in at number 9, we've got the Kobe 3 Low Protro in the quartz colorway. So personally, this shoe is making the list because of its performance. You know, I actually like the way that this shoe performs. It's got a great fit. Traction is pretty solid on it. I wouldn't say it's the best. But yeah, it's at number 9 because I do love the performance of it. But looks wise, you know, again, kind of unique, but not really my favorite. So yeah, this is at number 9. So Kobe 3 Low Protro in that quartz colorway. I do like the tongue. I'd say like that's probably my favorite part of the shoe, the tongue there. So but yeah. So coming in at number 8, we've got the Kobe 6 Hollywood. So, you know, this shoe here, obviously everyone gets pretty hyped about the Kobe 6s. For me, the Kobe 6 is probably 3rd on my all-time, you know, hoop shoe list. It is up there. There are a couple in front of it for me personally, and just my foot shape and, you know, the way I like to play. So this one here, you know, it is at number 7 on my list. I do really like this. Good looking shoe. You know, love the color coordination. You can put some cool fits with it on the court. And then obviously it's a Kobe 6, so it's a great performer. You know, it does have like that translucent outsole, which, you know, I don't feel as bad. I don't feel like the grip is really compromised on this one with that translucent outsole. But yeah, the Kobe 6 Protro in that Hollywood colorway. So yeah, the Kobe 6 Protro Hollywood is at number 8 on the list. Great looking shoe. So coming in at number 7, we have the Way of Wade 12 Luxe. This is the announcement colorway. Took me a second there. This was a limited release right when the Way of Wade 12 first dropped, and I was able to get my hands on these. These are really, really nice. Great performer. Honestly, the shoe would be a lot higher on my list if the grip was slightly better on it. The traction, in my opinion, I don't think it's bad. It's not bad at all, but it does pick up dust a little quick. And then, I don't know, I was not a big fan of the traction right through here in like the middle of the foot. You know, like the toe box and then the heel back here seemed to be okay. But this right here picks up dust pretty quick, and I don't know. I find that, you know, when I'm making some quick cuts off the dribble, stuff like that, I don't know, I get a little slippage. So I know this was a top performer for 2025. A lot of people can possibly considered it shoe of the year. And again, it would be higher on my list. I do love the way that it looks. It is a great performer. I mean, man, like The fit on this shoe is fantastic, but yeah, it's a good shoe. It is at number 7 on my list though. It's the Way of Wade 12 Luxe in the announcement colorway. I mean, it's a tough shoe for sure. So at number 6, we have the Kobe 5 Caitlin Clark in the Indiana Fever colorway. These are just clean. I love Kobe 5s. For me personally, Kobe 5s are my all-time favorite hoop shoe. So I know a lot of people may not agree with that. A lot of people put the Kobe 6 above it. But for me personally, performance-wise and the way that they fit my feet, Kobe 5s are the best shoe for me. So this is at number 6. I know this, I believe, released in 2024. I personally didn't get my hands on them until the restock at a local Dick's Sporting Goods in 2025. So that's why they're on this list. But these are at number 6 for me. I honestly probably should put them a little higher because it's the first Caitlin Clark colorway. But yeah, I mean, these are clean. And there's not much else that looks like them, I feel like. So these again, number 6, that Indiana Fever colorway in the Kobe 5. So number 5 is going to be the Book 1 What The colorway. So these here are actually at number 5 on my list, really just because of how unique they are. You know, obviously them being the kind of the end of the Book 1 era, and then having such a unique look to them with being the What The colorway. It's just hard for me not to have these on the list. I do not think they're a top performer. I know a lot of people do like the Book 1s. I do like them, but you know, being honest, like compared to a Kobe 5, Kobe 6, or a GT Cut 1, I mean, performance-wise, I don't think they compare very closely. But anyways, this colorway is amazing. I'm glad I was able to get my hands on it. I did not hit on these at their original release. I was actually lucky enough to run across these on a local listing, and I got them for just like 30 bucks over retail, which amazed me. So yeah, it's really clean colorway. Number 5 on my list, that Book What The colorway. I mean, it's just clean, it's unique, and super happy to have this one in my collection. All right, so number 4 on my list, another Kobe 5, and it's gonna be that Rookie of the Year colorway. I'm not gonna lie, I was not a huge fan of these when I first seen some pictures of them. And then after I was able to hit on them on the raffle and get them in my hands in person, they really grew on me. So it is hard for me to put these over the Indiana Fevers, but for right now, I think they're a little bit above them, at least in my opinion. So these are at number 4 on my list. Obviously, they're way up on the list because they're Kobe 5, and as I mentioned, Kobe 5s are my favorite hoop shoe of all time. But clean colorway, they're unique. The red just looks great on there. And yeah, these are number 4 for me. So coming in at number 3, we have another GT Cut 1, and it's gonna be that pink Virginia Unseen Hours. As I mentioned earlier, the GT Cut 1s are very close first for my all-time favorite hoop shoe. I mean, the Kobe 5s, I like those just slightly better, primarily because they're Kobe's. I do like the way the Kobe 5s look slightly better. Performance-wise, I don't think the Kobe 5s are better than the GT Cuts, in my opinion. GT Cuts are actually probably have a slight edge for performance. I just personally like the way that the Kobe 5s look, so I give them the edge as my all-time favorite hoop shoe. But man, these look clean. You know, I was able to hit on these. I think they sold out pretty quickly. I don't think the demand for them was like quite as high as a Kobe when they first released, but most of the larger sizes, which I wear like a size 12.5, they did sell out pretty quickly, and I was able to get them. So yeah, you know, pink hoop shoes are hard, they go tough, and I believe that these, again, are number 3 on my list. It's a very clean hoop shoe. So number 2 on the list, probably not gonna surprise you. It's a Kobe 5, and it's that Caitlin Clark coconut milk. And man, I don't know. I really just love the red tongue on these. It pops really well. And then that coconut milk, or if you want to call it cell colorway, you just don't get that on a ton of hoop shoes these days. And so these, they just, they're way up on my list. These are actually the only shoe out of every one of these that I've showed you guys that I had to pay over retail on. Well, the book ones, I did pay $25 over retail on those. But these here, I did actually have to order off StockX, and I had to pay close to $100 over retail by the time I paid the, taxes, fees, all that stuff. So all year long, I had a lot of success hitting on raffles and getting my hands on them at drop. But these here, I did not hit on, and I had to order off StockX. But man, they're clean. They're mainly at number 2 because 1, they look good, but 2, again, Kobe 5s are my favorite. Hey sis, shh. But yeah, they're at number 2 on my list. 1, because they're a Kobe 5, but 2, because they just look so clean. Yeah, this is number 2. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for, the top hoop shoe for me that I was able to hit on in 2025. You got to see this one. I know everyone's already seen them, but they were a very limited drop. Not very many people have them, and I'm gonna give you a tip here. Since the New York Knicks won the NBA championship, can you guess? It is going to be the Kobe 6 Liberty, the Brunsons. I mean, just look at these things. They're clean. These are really in great shape. I've only worn them a couple of times. I did think about hanging on to these, trying to resell them eventually, but they were just too clean to hit. I hit on them. I did not want to get rid of them, did not want to resell on them, didn't care what the resale was going to go up to. I mean, this was by far my biggest hit of the year, Do I put these performance-wise over the Kobe 5s or GT Cut ones? Probably not. They're close. They're right up there. Again, I like the Kobe 5s, GT Cut ones a little better. But these right here, I mean, man, they're just so clean. That bronze or copper color on it just really pops. But yeah, Kobe 6, Liberty Brunsons. I mean, they're tough. These are number 1 on my list. Let me know which one is your favorite. What would you have changed on the list? And do you like the rotation that I have right now? Another question I have for you. On these right here, I have noticed that they are starting to get some discoloration. It almost looks like some type of little mold or something trying to grow on these, which I've only worn them a couple times. I do always keep them, put up in a dry area. They're not in like a wet, dark, moisturized area or anything like that. But the question I would have for you is, how can you clean this? And hopefully it can be cleaned. I actually just pulled these out because I was getting them out for just this video, and I noticed this. So I'm not sure if it's where I did wear them and they got, like a little sweat on them, and then you put them up and that happens. But the Hollywoods, I've actually worn them slightly more, same material obviously, and there is no type of discoloration or anything crazy like that. And they're stored same exact area, all that good stuff. So these here, as you can see, starting to get a little discoloration, which I'm super disappointed in because it is my favorite shoe that I have right now. So let me know in the comments what shoe cleaner or what cleaner would you try to clean this with. Obviously, I don't want to discolor the shoe in any type of way. And whatever that little color is, that discoloration is kind of a bronze color. So it somewhat does blend with the shoe, but it's obviously not how the shoe is supposed to look. So I'd really love to fix that. And if you have some advice, I would greatly appreciate what you would clean this shoe with. But yeah, let me know what you liked in my top 10. Let me know what you would have put differently on the list.